Welcome, seekers of the cosmic truth, to the celestial deep dive you didn't know you needed. In this video, we are literally going to dive headfirst into the fiery, mysterious, and occasionally melodramatic world of Venus in Scorpio. So don't forget to grab your astronaut helmet, because something tells me you're going to need it. If your Venus is in Scorpio, I want you to glue your booty down, because your love life is basically a novella written by a Gnostic mystic on a caffeine high. Now let's unravel the secrets of this unique placement using ancient Gnostic Jewish teachings, astrology, and of course a sprinkle of humor. First, I want to answer this very important question. What is Venus in Scorpio? Well, let's start with the basics first. Venus governs love, beauty, and how you handle relationships. And it's like the cosmic Cupid, but when Venus decides to hang out in Scorpio, let's just say things get a little bit intense. You see, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and also Mars. Now, the main ruler of Scorpio is Pluto, which is the planet of transformation, death, and rebirth. Now I want you to imagine Venus, the goddess of love, throwing on a black leather jacket and grabbing a skull goblet and saying, "Let's talk about your deepest fears, babe." Now in Gnostic Jewish texts, Scorpio's energy is tied to the Sephiroth Jivora, which represents discipline, boundaries, and yes, intensity. Now I also have to talk about the fact that the Mars planet does have influence upon Scorpio, and that includes the intense transformative powers through conflict that the Mars planet bestows upon Scorpio. Also, Mars enhances the deep passion and sensuality of Scorpio. So now let's get back on track. I just had to talk about that briefly because although Pluto is the primary ruler of Scorpio, Mars does still, in fact, influence Scorpio in many ways. Okay, let's get back on track. Venus in Scorpio is here to teach you that love is not just about holding hands or frolicking about in the fields. It's about diving deep into your soul, where all of the skeletons are hiding. And let me tell you, those skeletons are dancing. So what does it really mean to have Venus in Scorpio? Well, let me break it down for you. And we'll keep it comical because you're going to need a sense of humor to survive this placement. So first of all, you are passionate as hellfire, and you all know exactly what I mean. Now, when a Venus in Scorpio loves, let's just say we're talking full-on Shakespearean sonnet levels of devotion. And if you're their partner, congratulations, you're their forever muse. If you betray them, well, let's just say you'll be dodging emotional grenades for the next 10 years or so. Now imagine the person in a Gnostic love story. I will climb the mystical tree of life just to find you, but cross me and I'll rewrite Genesis just to erase your existence. Second of all, you are the emotional detectives. Venus in Scorpio is basically the Sherlock Holmes of relationships. You can sense a lie faster than they can say, "It's not what it looks like." In Cabalistic thought, this ties to the idea of uncovering hidden truths within the soul. Now, these folks aren't just reading your text messages. They're decoding the metaphysical energy behind them. Third of all, you are all or nothing. There is no middle ground for Venus and Scorpio. It is either soul-consuming passion, or you'll burn the entire relationship down to the ground and then rise from the ashes. This is why the ancient texts associate Scorpio's energy with the Tikkun, or spiritual correction. These folks are here to experience the ultimate highs and lows of love, and also to evolve their souls. Now let's explore the dark side of Venus and Scorpio. So we're going to get real for a moment. It is not always roses and candlelit seances for Scorpios in this placement. There's a shadow side, and oh boy, it is dramatic. So Venus in Scorpio doesn't get jealous. They become jealousy. It's like they have a direct hotline to their partner's suspicious activities, even if said activities is just buying milk. Venus in Scorpio's inner monologue be like, why is their grocery clerk smiling so much? Are they flirting? You possess control freak tendencies because you love so deeply. And sometimes you feel the need to control. Now, in Gnostic traditions, this ties to the idea of balancing the Jabara's boundaries with Chesid's loving kindness. Now, I apologize right now if I'm messing this up, but this is Jewish language that I'm trying to pronounce, and I am no good at it, so please forgive me. Okay, so anyways, Venus and Scorpio often struggle to find that balance, swinging between I want to merge souls and I will micromanage your every emotion. And you'll have trust issues. Let's just say Venus in Scorpio isn't about giving second chances. Betray them, and it's not just over. They'll write an ancient scroll about your betrayal and bury it for future generations to dig up and find. Now let's talk about the Kabbalistic perspective. Now in Gnostic Jewish astrology, Scorpio energy is deeply transformative. It is tied to the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Venus and Scorpio individuals are on a mission to purify love itself. According to the Zohar, the key to their spiritual growth lies in embracing the duat, the hidden knowledge that love isn't just about passion, but about divine union. These individuals must learn to let go of control and trust in the greater cosmic plan. Or, just stop stalking your exes on Instagram, okay? Baby steps. Now, let's lighten things up with a few funny scenarios that scream Venus and Scorpio. This is Venus and Scorpio's first date drama. Venus and Scorpio says this to their date. Tell me about your childhood trauma, and also tell me about your worst heartache and your thoughts on the meaning of life. I need to know everything. And their date's reply is, I just wanted to grab a coffee. Now, let's talk about reading between the lines. Venus and Scorpio's partner will say something like this. I love you, Venus and Scorpio. And Venus and Scorpio replies like this. What do you mean by that? Are you saying that you didn't love me yesterday? Explain yourself. Now, this is Venus and Scorpio's breakup glow up. Venus and Scorpio, after a breakup, I'm not crying. I'm transforming myself. Also, I hexed them, but that's fine. So why is it important to understand this placement? Well, knowing you have Venus and Scorpio, or that their partner does, it's like having a cheat code to their soul. It's not just about understanding their quirks. It's about helping them channel that deep, intense energy into spiritual growth. In Gnostic thought, love is one of the highest expressions of divinity. Venus and Scorpio people are here to embody that, even if it means a few explosions along the way. Okay, that just comes with the territory. Now, if you're lucky enough to love one or be loved by one, well, I just encourage you to embrace the journey. It might get a little messy, but it is divine. So, what is your Venus sign? And are you emotionally prepared to date a Venus and Scorpio person? If you don't know your Venus sign or you don't know your natal birth chart reading, I want you to make sure to check out this video in my playlist.